What's up guys, and welcome back to Lincoln. We've made it finally to the January transfer window, and there have been a few deals, mainly sales, but they're not really players that we would consider first team players. So we've sold one of our attacking midfielders in Pedro Jesus, who actually had a really good potential rating, but he plays as a right mid and he doesn't really fit the formation that much. So I've been playing him as a cam mainly, but he's really, like, he's not really a cam, but he's been alright for us. But I got a pretty decent offer of like 13 million for him, so I kind of felt I had to accept it because he's only 78 rated and I've got like a 13 million offer. So I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll accept that. I also accepted an offer for Zagadou, who is one of our centre backs, and he was actually our least rated centre back. We signed him quite a while ago, back when I think we were in League One. He had really good potential like back then, and he did progress quite well, but I feel like now that we're challenging Champions League and stuff like that, he just wasn't really cutting it anymore. So I sold him for a decent amount. I can't remember exactly how much I sold him for, but it was a decent value. I think it was about 12 million. And then I also got an offer in for Oriol Busquets, our defensive midfielder, who I also accepted, and it was in the region of about 27 million, I believe, for him. And to be honest, I was like, I wouldn't have sold him any other time, but given that we had just signed Diawara 6 months ago, I haven't really been playing him that much. Like, he's been playing, but not a lot. And we also have this Ariado boy down here who can also play as a DM, or is a DM. So I didn't really feel that it was necessary to have 4 midfielders, sort of defensive midfielders. So I took the offer, 27 million, pretty good valuation for him. So I took that, and we have signed Matthias de Ligt, who is only, even though we're quite a distance into his career mode, only 23, and he's 84 rated. So pretty happy with that signing. I think he cost us 45 million? 45, 47 million, something like that in the end. So not cheap, but definitely got really good potential, this boy. So he's gonna, like, he's only 84 rated at the moment. He's gonna go even higher than that. So yeah, absolutely well happy with that offer, that deal. Well happy. But that is pretty much it, really. That's pretty much all that's happened. We've got rid of quite a few of our youth players on loan and sales that have like players who are never really going to do anything stunning. So I was like, I might as well let them go. We do still have quite a lot that I would quite like to get rid of, but yeah, we've kind of got rid of a few of the players that we don't really need. And it gives us a bit more of a balance. We now have 3 very solid centre backs. Ben Klukas coming through as well, who kind of got punted out a little bit by signing de Ligt, because he's been playing more than Zagadou has, so he's dropped a position effectively to the bench where he was starting 11. But apart from that, there's not really much change. So Furlan is coming on very nicely. He's actually really good, really, like, amazingly good. He doesn't play every game, but he's 5-star skills. He's absolutely tiny, and he's like stupidly agile. So he's a bit like Messi, really. But he always makes good runs. Like, he's always getting himself in behind. So I'm really happy with the way he's playing. And Nunez as well, who was out on loan for the last season or two, he's come back and he's progressed really nicely as well. So he's another really good player, although he's annoyingly only got 2-star skills, which is actually, I believe, 1 more than he had. I'm pretty sure before he only had 1 star. No, maybe he did only have 2 star. Anyway, doesn't matter. He's got no skill, but he is actually still pretty good. So he's not amazing, but he fills the gap. So that's kind of why I felt that we could sell Pedro Jesus, because we've got this boy. Like, he can fill that spot. And either of these two, I play as a cam. I can even play Kuzwick as a cam, and it doesn't really affect anything. Silva is injured, but it's only for 7 days. He kind of hyperextended his knee for 7 days, which is not really much of a hyperextension, to be honest. But yeah, it could have been a hell of a lot worse, a hyperextension. Anyway, he's only out for 7 days, so he should be back within the week. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's changed. So we'll fire through the last few hours. I would quite like another centre back, but I'm not sure it's that likely. Not like a main centre back, but like somebody with potential that we can just have as like a 5th choice, possible backup centre back for if somebody gets injured or is suspended or anything like that. So we've got 4. It'd be nice to have 5 just for a bit of cover. But we'll fire through the last few hours and see what happens. So there you go. It was actually only 42.5 million we paid for Delete. So yeah, pretty decent transfer, I think, for a 23-year-old with mad potential. As you can see, also Bertrand Traore from Lyon to Sassuolo. Sassuolo, who literally buy everybody. Like, I don't know where they get the money from. Like, I honestly do not understand where they get their money from. Like, they're just spending stupid amounts of money on everybody, but they somehow manage to constantly find it. Anyway, Gabriel as well has moved from Chelsea to Bayern Munich for 46.1 million. But that's pretty much it. Iwobi from Arsenal to Schalke for 38.8. It's a pretty decent deal. Doesn't make the top 3, but it's a pretty decent deal. Oh wow, big deal, big deal. De Bruyne to Real Madrid for 76.5 million. I mean, it's not a massive deal. I don't know how old he is now, but 76.5 million is pretty hefty. So we'll have a look. Actually, I'm going to have a look at all the transfers and see. I'm going to see how old he is to begin with, because he might be getting on a bit now. He's 31. He's 31 years old. It's got absolutely nothing on our deal for Barbero Hyodo that we sold to Dortmund for 138.6, but 76 million for Kevin De Bruyne, for a 31-year-old Kevin De Bruyne, is quite frankly a stupid deal. I mean, he's obviously good. What rating is he? 89. 89, but he's going to be going down. Like, he's not getting any higher than that. I mean, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. But you're paying the best part of 100 million. I mean, it's not really anywhere near 100 million, but 76 million for a player who you've got maybe 2 years, maybe 3 at most years left in him. I don't see that as being a good deal in the slightest. Right, and that is the end of transfer deadline day. £365.8 million spent on transfer deadline day. It's a pretty hefty amount. But really, yeah, I get an offer for Ben Klukas from Boca Juniors, of all places, for 12.4 million as the deadline closes. Like, what? Like, just no, it's not happening. I mean, he wouldn't be able to join you until summer anyway. But really, like, what? Why would you offer a transfer deal an hour after the transfer window closes? But anyway, we'll have a look through our youth academy, because I didn't actually find a centre-back. I actually found 5 centre-backs, and none of them were available. Like, I think, to be fair, I made a pretty... Well, I don't know if it was a poor offer, but I got rejected by one of them, which was my favourite. I kind of wanted him, but I was rejected. And they wouldn't even listen to any more offers, so that just fell through. 2 of them had just recently moved, so they wouldn't even listen to loan offers. But just nothing was happening. So unfortunately, we couldn't find ourselves a new centre back to bring through, which is kind of a bit of a bad situation. So we do have one in our academy, but I'm just going to release him because he's not even going to get anywhere. Same goes for that boy and that boy. That guy can stay. That boy can go. He can go as well. And the rest look alright. Anyway, that's probably going to call it a week. There's nothing much has happened. The press wants to leave. Well, to be honest, I'm maybe going to transition to playing him a little bit more. He's actually not too bad. But Castro has stepped up his game recently. He was being a bit average for a while, but he has in the last few weeks got really good. So I think like this boy was theoretically going to be getting more game time, but because of Castro's performances recently, he just hasn't. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, kind of annoying. We well, I mean, to be fair, we do have another centre back. He's only 65 rated, but we do have another centre back if we need him. But yeah, it would have been nice to have got somebody who had really good potential. And one of the guy that I put an offer in for and got rejected, he had the potential to be special. So it would have been good, but unfortunately it's not to be. So that is the squad. That's what we've got for the rest of the season. We I just remembered, didn't even look at the table. We are top of the table. We are doing very well this season. We're 5 points clear of Everton. And our goal difference is absolutely staggering at the moment. Still defensively not amazing compared to the likes of Everton, but we're better than most. So I think we're not doing too badly. But our goals for is absolutely ridiculous. And we've got 4 really good strikers and a very attacking midfield as well. So we've got all the potential to be scoring an absolute ton of goals. Yeah, it's performing pretty well for us so far. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Burnley down the bottom, but it's quite tight. Like, you know, 3 points. Crystal Palace only 3 points off of Nottingham, up in 16th. So it's by no means over yet by any stretch of the imagination for anybody. It's all still very tight. I mean, I could see anybody up to like sort of even my God, good grief, who's down there? Chelsea, Arsenal, United. Any of those players could get teams could get dragged in. Like, that is how close it is down there. They could quite easily get dragged into that. I don't think they will. I think that if FIFA's taught me anything over the recent years is that the big teams always play really badly at the start and then still somehow end up finishing top 4. But we'll see how it goes. Man City, Liverpool, Spurs performing as you would probably expect, a bit better than the rest, and yeah, Chelsea, Arsenal, United being absolutely atrocious with half the points we have. But yeah, that is something. Anyway, that is the Premier League. That is this week's video. If you've enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here. Now, there will not be another video for quite a while, to be honest. There's not going to be a video in the next 2 weeks, and there may not even be a video the week after. It depends how many games I can get through, because I'm going away. I'm going to be away for about a week and a half, and I'm just not going to have the time to play FIFA at all because I'm not going to be here. So even when I come back playing it, I doubt we're going to make it to the end of the season. I'll give it my best, but I just don't think we're going to be able to get to the end of the season within 3 weeks, just because I'm not here. I'm not going to be here enough. But I'll try, and if we do, then we'll have a video in 3 weeks' time. If not, it's going to be about 4 weeks before the next video. So yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is. I can't really change that. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys in about a month, possibly. Until then, cheerio.